You're with me. You're with me.
هذا بيسأل منك محمود. محمود بيسأل منك.
Hello, Dr. Muna. I think Paulo.
Yes, Benyam.
Yeah, I think we have to wait, right? A little bit.
A couple of minutes.
Couple of minutes. Okay.
Report.
Fatima,
Yes, Benyam, can we start?
Okay. So now I think we can start. Let me share my screen. Can you see? So now we'll go directly to this loading spatial data and visualization in QGIS. So how can we load spatial data in QGIS, vector data and raster? So please open QGIS, all of you. I hope you are following me, right? I think this is one, huh? They need to have it. Good. Now open QGIS. So this is a blank new GIS project. So to add a vector layer or to have it here, like for previously we opened a QGIS project directly from the folder. So that's a project, the whole project. But if you have a new QGIS project, and if you want to add vector data like pointers, lines, and polygons, and even raster, you have to use this open data source manager. So this is the one to open data. So open data source manager. Yeah, so this is the way to add the vector data. So here vector raster, now choose vector. Then as you can see here, it says source type, file, directory, database, protocol. So we choose the file. And then in the source part, you can see vector datasets. So with this dot sign button, which is called browse button, so you can browse the data in your folder, which is a working directory is this GIS. So under GIS, you can see shape file, SHP. So sometimes you see all files like this, but if you are trying to open a vector data, then you can choose here file of type as a shape file. I think in your case, it says Esri shape file. You can find it at the bottom, and you can choose Esri shape files. So Esri shape files, and within the shape, you can see DSS, HEC, RESIM, HEC, RAS, HEC, HMS folders. So let's say in the DSS, you can see ERA 5 precipitation .shp. So only the .shp file are highlighted. So because we choose Esri shape file here. Instead of searching the .shp file of the whole file here with this folder, it's better to choose a file of type and Esri shape file. Then choose one of those, let's say ERA 5 precipitation.shp, and open and then add. So, and you can close it. So you can see like this. I hope all of you can see this point, and you can zoom into these points. You can see that. It has to be like this. And if you want to add more, you can go to this data source manager vector, and you can choose the other one. But if you want to add one or more file from a single folder, you can use the control button and click on the other shape file. So instead of opening each and every shapefile, you can open two or more files or two or more shapefiles if it is necessary. Okay, if it is necessary, then open, then add, then close. So now we have 3-point data here. One is intro hydro station, intro meteo station, and era 5 precipitation. So this is how you can add a layer in QGIS. A layer in QGIS. So if you want to save this as a project, you can go to project and save as. So it is not saving the shapefile. It is saving the this working area, okay, or we call it project, QGIS project. So project, save as, and then you can save it here, like module 2. Module 2. Then save. Then you can save it as a project. So it's module 2 QGIS. And this is adding point data. If you want to add a line data, then you can go to the folder like say SHP. I think it is the line data. This is a polygon data, which is a catchment. And in a RAS, you can see river RAS. So you can open river RAS. River RAS is a line data, which is a river. So, and even cross section is a line data. Then you can add both of them using control button. So you can use control button and open and add. Can close. So you can see this line data as well. And to add polygon data, and you can use this button the same way of adding vector layer here. Then let's go to the HMS and the catchments. Then open, add, then close. So now the polygon is on top, and the rest are hidden. So if you want to make them visible, you have to drag it down here like this, and even the lines are next to the polygon. So it is recommended that to have an overlay like point, lines, polygons. Of course, you can use this transparency just to make it transparent for the polygons, but basically it is recommended to put pointers, lines, and polygons. Okay. Good. And to change, let's say, the color of the pointers, let's see, you can click on the points or double click on the point, and you can see these properties, and then go to symbology, and you can change simply the simple marker, this color, just marker, click on simple marker, and then click on the color here, fill color, and change it to, let's say, red. And you can drag this triangle to the brighter one, to the red, actual red corner, or this red tip, okay? And then you can click OK. So this is, you can change the color of this intro hydro station, just changing the color, only changing the color. You can uncheck the rest, you can visualize it. So only changing the color, okay? So double click on it, then change the color. It's simple marker, or you can also change it here. So you can change it to blue, for example, okay? Or you can change the symbol here, symbol type, that there are quite many here, dot black, dot orange. So based on the standard, or the standard for symbology. Sometimes when you do some detailed work or when you do some detailed mapping, there is a cartographic standard for different countries and even for different disciplines. So you have to choose appropriate one, or you have to change it. Let's say now this is for hospital, for airport, and the likes. Any even if you want, you can change it to triangle red, triangle green. So depending on the standard, depending on your discipline, you can change the symbol and the color So if I want to make it like this, then I can keep this one and click OK, and you can get a changed symbol for hydro stations. And the same is true for meteo station. You can change it. You can change. And if you see the attribute, sometimes the attribute has many information. So you can see basin. So if you want to classify the point, the color of these symbols based on the basin, here, or sub basins, okay? So you can double click on it, and then instead of single symbol here, you can choose categorized. Here categorized. So categorized, and then you have to choose a value in which attribute you want to categorize these hydro stations. So basin, okay, let's say basin. So you can categorize based on the basin and then classify. So when you click classify, it will classify the hydro stations based on subbasins, okay, subbasins. And you can uncheck this all other value. Okay, all other values will have this color if they don't have any value like this. But if you want to skip it, you can uncheck this part and click OK. Now you can see different colors, for different hydro stations, intro hydro stations. So please try to play with this. Let me give you 2 minutes, 2 minutes for this.
I see 100 from Mabur. Mabur, do you have any question?
Maybe you're okay. Yes. And someone, Marinat, I think I'm not seeing the screen.
No, it's okay. I don't have any question. I just clicked it by mistake. Sorry.
Okay. How about Marnat Moses? Is it solved?
Yes, please. I just returned now, and I can't even see the screen.
Okay. You can't see my screen?
Yeah, I can't see your screen.
Okay. How about others? Can you see my screen?
Actually, your screen is the only thing that you are not sharing the presentation. Your screen is visualized, but without
No. Can you?
without presentation.
Yeah.
Yes,
No
the presentation is what I.
Yeah,
You
no
mean the presentation? Yeah.
Yes.
No presentation here. Just hands-on training or just demonstrating in QGIS. I hope. Can you see now QGIS?
No, I'm not seeing. That's why I'm complaining.
Yeah, now it's okay. It's coming. Now it's okay.
Okay. How about, I think if it is okay with Muna, now check it, please. How is it? Is it visible?
Okay, I don't know what's happening with mine. Okay, let me try to see how I can get it.
Yeah.
He's sharing the GIS now.
I'm now in QGIS.
I mean, yeah, QGIS.
Yeah.
I think let me go out and I come back. Maybe I might see it.
Oh,
And for the case of meteo stations, you can go to properties or double click on it. I think, okay, before we go to this place, let's check the attribute. How can we? Yeah. Okay. So now let's see again for this intro meteo stations. For this one, let's change the color and the symbology. So in this case, you can use graduated, for example. If you can use categorized, that is just to categorize with some classes. Here, for especially for those attributes which have number data, you can use graduated symbol. So the value could be, for example, records. So how many records are found within this places? Let's say with this record and classify. So we can classify it like this. So the color, you see, the color changes from brighter, from light color like whitish to reddish color. So with some range of values. So you can use this kind of symbol. You can change the symbol as well. Let's say you can change with such kind of symbol and have a different color. So this is what we call graduated color. And then click OK. So you can see such kind of color or symbology. So the darker the color, the higher the number of records. So the lighter the color, the lower the number of records. So you can present your data like this. So this is what we call graduated color, graduated color, graduated color. So this is category, categorize. You can categorize. So in point data, if you have numbers, you can categorize or in terms of graduate color, or you can categorize based on some attribute or some classes. So these are the main pointers of symbolizing point data, point data. And for the case of, let's say, for line data, let's say for this one, for this river RAS, so you can see it like this. And if you want to change it, then you can change with a simple color, with blue color, let's say, blue one, and then click OK. Then now you change it to blue color. And let's see the attribute. Based on the attribute, we can also do some kind of classification or categorization of line data as well. So here you can see external junction for all data here, river, some data, missed here. So that let's make it this river field. So based on river field, let's categorize. So symbology, single symbol. Instead of that, categorize, then river, then classify. Then you can see the classification of rivers like this. So many different color, but they have based on information. Okay, based on the information. So try to do this graduated symbol and line classification. These two. Okay, try to do that with, let's say, 2 or 3 minutes in your computer. Any question? You are welcome. If you have any question. By the way, you can also change or you can define the color of a certain line as per your needs. For example, if you want to change the color or the size of Atbara only for Atbara, you can double click on Atbara and then you can change the width of the line, okay, the color of the line. So specific to that, specific to one of the line types here. So you can click OK, then you see, you can see it here. So I change it only for Atbar. So if you want to change a symbol for another one, let's say Atbar tributary, I think that is the one. So you can change it, the size and the color. Of course, it should be depend on a standard, okay? So the standard, it has to be standardized. So now I changed this, the line of this river. So you can change for individual line features here. And for this one, it's a line, but it is a cross section. You can zoom to this layer and you can see it, let's say here, You can see it like this, and you can change the color. It's the same like the river, so you can change the size and the color. It's the same. And you can click OK. So I change it to green and with a certain thickness. And with the polygon, you can zoom into the polygon, can check in, and you can zoom into the polygon. And then you can double click on it, it's the same. And you can click simple fill. Here you can see the fill color is this one, and you can change the color here. And here, if you want to show only the boundary, if you don't want the color inside, so you can click no brush. Okay, no brush. Or if you want to show with some crosses, okay, like this, you can choose this one. Now let's see no brush, and you can click OK. So that means you see all these catchments, they don't have any color, rather only boundary. But if you want to have it again, solid color and with a certain color like this, and okay, now we have some color. So you can make it totally transparent, only with a boundary you have to choose, and a simple color you have to choose no brush. And with some cross or diagonal lines, you can choose this one, and then you see you can change it like this. So hashed line, and with some diagonal, So this is for polygon, okay, with polygon. And you can also change the outline width. So you can see it is thicker and more visible. More visible. Try to do some exercise on this, changing the symbol for polygons, lines, and points. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Any question? Good. Okay. Now, if we want to categorize these catchments, you can double click on it. And instead of single symbol, you can use categorize there. And you can choose sub-basin and then classify. Then you can categorize with this kind of color. Just with this diagonal hash symbol, you can change the color. Change the color for catchments, you see? Yeah. So here in the manual, I also mentioned about how to add it. So what vector data is. So the vector data, usually it is in Esri shape file. So it is for pointers, polygons, and lines. And with the .shp, of course, it has attribute with the .dbf file format. DBF file format. Yeah, so this is how to add a layer, a vector layer in QGIS. So you can add like this. We have seen it. So you can use this procedure. So this is the procedure how to do it. And for the polygon and changing even to categorized. And you can save the project. We have seen that. And the point vector, here you can add intro hydrostation shapefile. And then you can visualize, you can change the symbology with this different color. With this different color. Yeah. And for the line, for this river data, so you can change it like this. Yeah. So this is just symbolizing and classifying a vector data in QGIS. Okay. Maybe now, since we have really time on this, let me show you this how to, for example, what if we need only for this Atbara subbasin. What if we want to show for this subbasin, everything for this subbasin? So we have to do some analysis. So this is very basic one. That's still I showed to you very basic one. If you have any question, please let me know. But if you don't, let me add some pointers. Let me show you some analysis. I hope that's okay. Do you have any question till now? Going further, the list of the basin with the hydrostation is not listed. Could you do it again? The list of basin within hydrostation. Okay. Hydrostations. So let's see the attribute. So within this attribute, these are the sub-basin. Actually, they are now called subbasins. It says basin. So Blue Nile, it's visible, but I'm not sure whether this is the list of the basin with hydro station is not listed. Yeah. Okay, Bayer. Bayer Alamaya.
Hi, doctor. What I'm trying to say is, in a symbology, it automatically, when you symbolize the hydro station in the symbology, it automatically lists out the basin. But while I exercise by myself, I do not see it. That's why I ask this question.
So in your computer, it's not visible, eh? That's
Yeah.
that. Can you see the attribute in my here in my screen?
I see the attribute.
There is attribute. There is a basin attribute here, and when you do it in this symbology, you have to choose categorized first before getting the basins. Huh? Okay. So if it is in single symbol, there is no option to choose the attributes. But if you choose categorize, there is an option to choose in a value text box. Okay. So in the value text box, here you can see basin.
Okay.
And then classify. Have you got it?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So here you can see it's a random color, by the way. It will give you a random color by default, but you can change it. Huh? You can change to different color ramps. We call them color ramps. So this random color ramp. So let's say spectral. So it can be like this. So the color variation, you can change it here in most cases. And even you can invert, especially if you want to show some degree of variation. Some degree. There is nothing that you can show here, but if you want, you can invert the color as well. You can invert it. Maybe I can show you here in case of meteor stations, because it has a value in it. Double click on properties, then records. So here you can change the color ramp. It's a spectral. So you can even in here, when you see the value, the small value is red, and the blue value, the blue color refers to high number of records. But you can invert the color. You can invert the color. The blue color for small numbers and the red color for higher numbers. So you can invert here. And you can change also the color ramp. The color ramp. And then, okay, now you can see this color. So those pointers or those meteor stations which have a blue color have a low number of records, but the red color, high number of records, okay? So there is also a possibility to change the color ramp. And you have to choose here categorized or graduated. Sometimes even heat map, you see? You can choose heat map based on some radius. You can change heat map. You can create a heat map. But this is a kind of just for symbolizing, just to show. It's not interpolation or something sophisticated analysis, but just to show a heat map. But that's not actually more descriptive in this case, specific case. Okay, so graduated and records, and you can change the color ramp and classify. You can change also the symbol here. and you can invert it. Okay. Now you can see the meteo stations with different color. I hope it is clear, huh? Any other question? Good. So if you open this catchment, this HMS catchment, if you open the attribute of the catchment, you can see here 59 records and sub-basin at Bara, Baro, Akobo, Sobat, and the likes here, main Nile, White Nile. So you can select this at Bara, sub-basin. Then when you see it, it's in yellow highlighted, it's yellow highlighted. So if you want to save this polygon as a new shapefile, you can export it. The possibility is to export this selected layer, this selected feature within the catchment. So you can select first, open the attribute, and select the one you need. So these 9 ones. So you can use row headings. If you don't want to select, or if you want to deselect, you can click deselect button on top of that with a yellow yellow square with a stop button, this one. So it deselects this one, and you can select. Let's say you can increase the size of this window, and then you can select Baro Akobo Sobat. So Baro Akobo Sobat is selected. So maybe let me make it a bit zoom out, so it is at the bottom. So you can see this is the one which is selected. So you can select any feature based on the attribute, So now it is Baro Akobo Sobat. Now let's go back to, now you can add like this, okay? You can select at Bara, and if you want to add both of them, you can use Shift key and then add more. So you can add more layers to select using Shift key. So now let's select only at Bara, and let's export this at Bara. So in the attribute, in the open attribute, you can click here, show all features, show selected feature. You can only show the selected feature here. You can only show the selected feature. And there is one button here at the bottom, at the top, zoom map to selected rows. So you can even zoom map to the selected rows. Zoom map to the selected rows. Now, in the attribute, you can only see the one which is selected, plus it zoom into to the feature, only to the selected feature. You can see it like this. So you can go back to show all features, and then you can select this Baro Akobo Sobat. You can select Baro Akobo Sobat. You can select Baro Akobo Sobat and zoom to that. So you can see. You can pan it, and of course there is the attribute is here, so that you can see both. Okay. Now my intention is to export this subbasin and have a new shape file. So this morning, if you remember, we have said, Mona asked me at one point how to create, for example, a new shape file from the, let's say, from the existing one is this one. This is a method, let's say, to export or to have a new shape file. So we have all together as a shapefile, which is called HMS catchment, but we need to have a part of it. So you can right click on it and then export. Now in this case, instead of save feature as, there is an option called save selected feature as. Save selected feature as. So after you see this yellow highlighted polygon, you can go to the layer and right click on it, export, and save selected feature as. Save selected feature as. Then click on it. Then here we exported in a KML file, if you remember, but now we need this data as Esri shape file, and then we have to give a name for it. In a GIS folder, there is a SHP folder, and this is HMS catchment. So we have to go to HMS. So this is HMS catchment, but this part is Baro Akobo Sawat subbasin catchment. So HMS underscore, you can write Baro Akobo Sobat catchments, BAS catchments. So you can name it like this. You can name it. HMS BAS catchments. Then save. So the projection is the same. It should be the same with others to have a or to visualize them together. Then click OK. Then you can get it here. So if you uncheck the whole catchment, so zoom to layer. So this is the whole catchment. But if you uncheck it, only you can see for Baro Sobat. So like this.
3, 2, 1, 0.
Any question? Maybe till here?
Can you repeat the same process? Yes, repeating.
Yes. Okay. Good. So this is for Baro Akobo Sobat, right? So now let's see here the yellow, the highlighted one is for Baro Akobo Sobat. So let's try with let's say for Atbara. So open the attribute of HMS catchments. Now the selected subbasin is Baro Akobo Sobat. But now we are planning to have the Atbara subbasin boundary. So you have to select this one. So the row headings, you can select with the row headings. The easiest one is this one. Of course, there are advanced ways, but let's see first this one. Let's exercise this. So Atbara. Then at the bottom, you can see show all features. You can see show selected features. So choose this one now. This is visible. And the yellow highlighted one is Atbara. So you can close the attribute. Can close the attribute so you can see it here. So right click on it, then export, save selected feature as. So you have to choose save selected feature as, not save select feature as, because it will save all the layers instead of the selected one. So that you have to choose save selected feature as. if this procedure is your first time, you may choose save feature as, but that will save the whole shape file, so the whole basins, the basins. But now we need to save the selected ones, which is a yellow highlighted one. So you have to choose select, save selected feature as. So click on it, and then you have to choose the format, is reshape file, and file name. You have to give a file name. In the first case, we choose HMS BAS catchment, but now you can click on it, and then it will give you the name, and you have to change the name here. So HMS at Bara, okay, at Bara, at Bara catchments. Then save. Then okay. Then you'll get for at Bara. So if you uncheck this one, you will see only for at Bara. So that is a procedure.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So now, as an exercise, just from these HMS catchments in your computer, try to export the Blue Nile, and look at it in your computer. Okay, the Blue Nile, this Blue Nile. You have to be careful while you select. Okay, so this is a Blue Nile. It has to be sorted and select like this. So try to exercise to export the Blue Nile. So let me give you like 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you have any question, you can type in the chat box. Okay. Mabir, is this the same hand, the previous hand, or a new one?
Yeah, it's new one. It's new one. Yeah, okay. There is two observations I want to make. Number one, I'm saying there is delay in the mouse or the cursor in the screen. Like you want to press, but we don't see it until it is executed. That is number one. Number two, can you make it a little bit bigger, because also we are not seeing it, so that we see exactly where you point and how you point.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So for the case of like this internet, for the case of internet connection, I'm just trying to do it or repeatedly. I'm just saying almost a few times to explain. So and also Paulo is also recording that, so you'll get actually the video at the end of the training. I think plus I will try to zoom in. I don't know how. Maybe I think the maximum zoom in to my screen. Hmm? So that is
Okay, I was talking about cursor or the mouse to look a little bit big, so
okay,
that when
okay,
we can see it when you are moving it on the screen
okay,
from this side to the other side.
let me change that one. Okay, the cursor. Okay, the mouse cursor. Okay, I will try to fix this one. Mouse buttons. Yeah, I think to change the size, double click speed, scrolling speed. I think I'm not sure how to increase the cursor, but I will try to move it like this, huh? Okay, I'll try to move it and focus on to make you to show you where I'm just looking at. Huh? How is it now? Can you see it? It is.
Yeah, yeah, I can see it now. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try to move it there. Okay. Or to
Okay.
focus in one point for you to show. Okay, good. Now I think others are doing on Blue Nile, huh? Blue Nile. Did I say Blue Nile? I think that's what I said. Show all. So this is for Twara, okay? But yes, I think try to select Blue Nile and export it, okay? And export it. Yeah. Have you done it for Blue Nile? Okay. Now you can now export it. Let me show you again. So here, after you select this one, you can export and save selected feature as. So the same is true for all type of vector data. You can save the selected features like this. So for example, if we want here, let me unselect it. In the open attribute table, you can remove this selection, and let's focus on let's say at bar attachment, zoom to layer. So we have it here. So if you want, let's say, the river in this subbasin and the pointers in this subbasin, you can check the attribute, for example, in the meteo station, open attribute table, and in the basin, you can see Atbara. So those pointers, those meteo stations, which are found in Atbara, are this one. So you can even select this Atbara. You can select these meteo stations in Atbara. Okay. You have to go to the pointers. Okay, the pointers. You have to go to the pointers. Okay. You have to go to the points. It's a bit quite many layers, many values or many attributes here. I mean, many records for Atbara. So you have to be careful while you select it. But there is also another option. Now you see, you can see from my screen that I couldn't even fix selecting the records. So I can go even beyond Atbara. So Baro Akobo. I went to Baro Akobo while I was selecting. So that I have to do something else. So there is another method which you can select based on the attribute, based on the attribute. So within this table, are you here in this table? You can see unselect, you can unselect it, and you can see this button, select feature using an expression. So you can select features with expressions as well, based on the attribute, based on the attribute. That means the basin which equals to Atbara, let's say, Atbara. So you have to go to this one, this button in the select feature using an expression, and you can get this expression window, okay, expression window. And then you have to go to fields, and then basin, and you can see here operators, okay, equal operators, and you can see here samples here, unique values. Then we need Atbara. So now even here, you can see two Atbara. That means you have to choose both of them, or you have to link with another expression or expression, okay? So that you can double click on it and select features, okay? And are you following me? This is a bit tricky. Let's see now. Here, let's do it again. Right click on it, open attribute. Then you have to go to this E with yellow square button, which is called select feature using an expression. So here we are intended to see the Atbara meteo stations, Atbara meteo stations from the whole, So that you have to use this expression. if you can manage selecting like this, that would be great. If not, you have to go to here and do some kind of expression. Okay, so click on it, and then fields and values. Then here, basin equal sign. Then you can choose all unique values, and you have to choose at bar, and select features. Then it automatically selects all the features within this with a name called at bar, and you can close it, so you can see those features are selected here with at bar. Okay. So you can see it here in its spatial context. You can see with yellow color. So previously it was a polygon, but now since there are points, you can see with yellow points. Okay, they are highlighted. So out of 756 features, 92 were selected. 92 were selected. 92 were selected. 92 were selected. But if you see here, another Atbara with a capital letter, you can see it as an addition. Then you can use Shift key, and then you can select it. Okay, you have to make sure that you didn't miss any Atbara meteo stations. Okay, meteo stations. So the last one, I just used Shift key and select. Okay, so now I have 93 selected features. Now you can close it, and within intro meteo station, right click, export, save selected feature as. So previously we used this for the polygon. So it is the same for points. It's the same for points. It's the same for a line. So you can select from the attribute, and you can export it easily. Okay, but you have to choose save selected feature as. Okay, save selected. So click on it and give a name. In this case, it is under DSS. So it is a meteo station. So a meteo station, you can give a name, a meteo station, intro meteo stations. Now it is for Atbar. Then save, then okay. Then now you can see the metro station only for Atbara. So you can zoom in to the metro station Atbara, so you can see it like this. So now we have Atbara sub-basin with the metro station, but the rest, they are not visible because we not removing, but we just selected and saved in a new file. So we are producing some data, additional vector data for each sub-basin. So if you don't need for meteo station for other sub-basin, you can select and save it in a new file. I hope this is okay. Any question? Any questions? So please try to do it for Baro Akobo Sobat. So we have Baro Akobo Sobat here. So it has no any meteo station here. So you have this whole meteo stations for the whole sub-basins, but you need to show a meteo station for Baro Akobo Sobat. So try to select from meteo stations, okay? For Baro Akobo Sobat. So try to do this exercise. So let me give you like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. Any question? If you have any question, you can type it in the chat box. Have you done it? Any problem faced? I'm actually trying to show you just where to go. So you have to be here, intro meteo stations. Right click on it, open attribute table, and then this is an expression. So you have to go to fields and values, double click on the basins, equals all unique value, baro akobo sobat, and select features. Then you can see the selected features here. Then close and right click on it, export, save selected feature as. So this is to select to save the selected features, okay, to save the selected features. So click on it and then you can save with a new name. Here I said Atbara for this case, and I just change the name only Atbara to Baro Agobosobat. So intro meteor stations Baro Agobosobat, save, okay. Now I can deselect this one, so I have this layer, this layer. Any questions? Okay, now let's save this project. So we still have module 2. You can save this one. Let me give you one, just to summarize or to work on it. Let me give you a certain minutes to work on a new QGIS file. So open a new QGIS file like this. Open a new QGIS file and try to add vector layers like pointers, lines, and polygons. Pointers, lines, and polygons. So I hope now we are going to a little advanced part like selecting features and saving in a new shape file. Now sometimes when you go in detail, you will forget the basic ones. So that let's recap this by opening a new project, a QGIS project, and try to add vector layers. Now we are focusing on vector layers, okay? So vector layers, pointers, lines, and polygons. Try to add pointers, lines, and polygons in a new QGIS file. And save it with a name module 2.1. 2.1. Module 2.1 or module 2A. Just save it with that name. Okay. James. James, please proceed with your question. Okay. I hope you've done something on your computer and you saved with module 2A. So you can save it like module 2A. So this is a project with these layers, only with these layers, okay? If you don't have
sorry,
any question.
Sorry, Benjamin, you are not sharing your screen. I mean,
Really?
your work. Yeah.
Okay. Let me stop it and reopen it again. Share screen, entire screen. How is it now? Can you see now the list, the participants here?
Yeah.
This is the Q. Now
you were working in QGIS. Yeah. Now it is.
Yes,
visible.
it is visible. Huh? So
Yes.
now this is what I've added here as a polygon, HMS catchment, river as a line, and these stations as pointers, okay? So point, lines, and polygons. I hope you have done this exercise in your computer. And you can change the color and the likes, that's it. Maybe here, in the first case, if you remember, there is a Google satellite behind these files. When we open the QGIS project in the original folder. So for example, this intro training, when you open it, so you can see behind this behind this data, you can see the satellite image. So that is Google satellite, and that one is under this HCM GIS base maps. So most of you, if you are a new user of QGIS, you will not get this one, or you will not see it. You will not see it in your menu bar. How many of you have seen this, or how many of you have this base maps? Do you have this? Just type in the chat box if you have, that's okay. If not, I'll okay, no. I at least I got one answer, which is no. So let me show you how to get this one. This is what we call in QGIS is a plugin. So there are small softwares which are integrated to QGIS. You can download them here in the standalone QGIS software, and you can get them. You can get them in the menu as a list of as one of the lists of tools here. So this HCM GIS has a base maps and some batch converter, calculates a field, and download open data. So you can even download data from here. OpenStreetMap and base maps, Google Satellite, the one you see here, For example, if I remove this one, if I remove this layer, you can easily get it from the base map, Google satellite. So you can see it. So you can drag it at the bottom. So you will see the Google satellite. And even they have different satellites, okay? Different satellite. Instead of Google, you can even use Esri terrain, Esri imagery, and the likes. But that is a plugin. Okay, we call it plugin. So all of you have this plugins, manage and plus install plugins. So this is a place where you can find plugins or install plugins. Okay, so these are programs, small programs that can be integrated in QGIS. So mostly they are developed by developers using Python. Okay, so you can open it and plug in. Here you can see installed. Here I typed HCM. That's why installed plugins are here. Not installed plugins are here. You see, there are many plugins which are not even installed in my QGIS. So whenever it is necessary, I can download them and install them. So for the time being, no need to download everything. Okay. So the installed ones are here, which are necessary for me. But for you, it depends. Okay, it depends. But this all is the whole, which is installed ones and the one which are available to be installed. So this HCM plugin, this you can type HCM, then you can see HCM GIS. So in my case, it is there. It needs only to be checked. But here, if I say uninstall plugin, and if I don't want it, then it will be in the list of uninstalled plugins. So I can install it again. So you can see it here. For you, as a new user, you can see HCM GIS and install plugin, okay? Install plugin, okay? Install plugin. So this HCM GIS, it has base maps, downloaded open data, batch converter, projection, field calculator utilities, okay? From different sources, okay? From different sources. Yeah, so it's called HCM GIS. So you can install it. So you will install. It needs internet. So that's the only thing. That's the only point you need internet connection, just to install plugins. But after installation, you will not need this. Internet connection unless otherwise you need the data from it. From HCMGS, we need a base map, so that we need internet connection again. But from another plugin, that plugin might be some processing tool, so you may not need internet connection for processing. Just installation needs internet connection. Okay, so then after you install it, you have to check in. It has to be checked, and it has to be in the in installed list. Okay, installed list. So in my case, it is here. It's here. So it's here. It should be there alphabetically. So it is ordered alphabetically. So you can see HCM GIS. So it has to be checked. Sometimes you install, but not visible. That is because it might not be checked. For example, if you see GRASS 7, it's not checked. It's installed, but not checked. So it is not visible in standalone QGIS. So whenever I need it, I can check it here or unchecked it, okay? So now HCMGIS is checked, and then close it. Then you can see it here. It has to be there. I think all of you must see this base map, Google satellite, like this, after installation. HCM GIS. Because in your QGIS project file, it is included there. So you might have a question like, where can I get it? Where can I get this Google satellite? It's not visible. Of course, it's not visible. When you open it, of course, for the first time, it is there, but what if you want to add it by yourself? At that time, you must have this HCM GIS plugin. HCM GIS plugin. Is that clear? Is that clear? I think. Good. Good. Okay. You might have some other question, but you did not raise it. This you can see Khartoum, Wad Madani, I don't know how to pronounce, Humera, this is Senar, you see, Renaissance. So these are labeled here. That means this is related to city RAS. Huh? So city RAS, and reservoir RAS. So it is related to that. So these are labeled. So pointers, lines, or polygons can be labeled, or you may see the name of the towns or the name of the reservoir there in the map or in this QGIS. So to change that, you have to right click on it and properties, and there is a label option here. So label option. So label. So you have a lot of option to change the label, okay? With the name, whatever, single label, with a name, with minimum elevation in the case of CTRAS, so the name. So you can change, let's say, the size. So if you want to change the size, bigger size, 14, then okay. So now you see the name of this city, the label of this city, the size now increased, which is more readable, for example. It's more readable. So you can zoom into the layer. Now, comparing to the previous one, they are a bit bigger and more readable, okay? If you want to change the label of a reservoir, let's say, right click on it, properties, then change the size. And you can also change the color, okay, the color here. So here, the color, so okay. So now I changed the color a little bit, and you can also come back and change the color like the same with the previous one, okay? So it is more readable, you see, more readable. So if I don't want them to be there, let's say, if you don't want the labeling, you can make no labels at all. So no labels at all. CT RAS, for example, no labels at all. No labels. You see, you can change. So you can change the label. So you can give a label based on that, actually based on the attribute table. So if you see the attribute table, it has a name. So it doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from the attribute. If you included the name in the attribute, then that could be visible. So let's say the maximum elevation, I can label with the maximum elevation value in the city RAS. So properties, so single label, then I can change to maximum elevation and okay. So with the maximum elevation. So the places where you see how here the labels are with the maximum elevation. it may not give a sense, but you can change it. Okay, you can change it. Yeah. At this time, it doesn't give sense, so we have to change it to name, and okay. Yeah. So this is a city, Ras, or city names. Any question? If you have any question, you can do some exercise on this. So now I just give you one question. Just label the HMS catchment with name attribute. HMS catchment with a name attribute. Okay, so you can go to properties And then labels, you can see that there is no label on that. So single label. Then you can change with the name, okay, name. And if you click OK, now it is named with the subbasin, okay? It's a subbasin name. But when you see it, it's not as such visible and very basic, and some are not readable. So you can customize it, okay? You can customize with this formatting. One, you can change the size. They can change the color as you want, okay? And even there are some tools here, buffer, draw buffer. That means it's a surrounding of the text. You will see some kind of color, okay? Yeah, let's say white color, they use white color, okay? Here, or you can choose any, then okay. So now you see, with the red color, with the background of white. So double click on it, and you can use buffer, and you can change the color. Okay, first check this one, draw text buffer, then change the color here. You can use any type of color, of course, but white color, choose white color. And text, to change the size and style. So bold, if you want to make it bold, and change the size, okay, and change the color of the text itself, the color of the text itself. But this buffer is just a color behind the text. So behind the text, so that you can change with the white color, and then okay. So now you see, this is Atbara, lower Atbara, 80 Kwash, 80 Budana. So these are the subdivisions name. So you can change the name. I hope this is clear. Do you have maybe any questions on this? On changing the labels, the color, and making some buffer. So let's say Humera, now the buffer of Humera. You see, that's why they make such kind of labeling, okay? Labeling. That's how. Okay. If you have any questions, please let me know. But before closing of our today's session, of course, the manual, in the manual, is very basic, very, very basic, because I can see you don't have any questions. That means from my side, it is clear and more basic. That's why I added some more pointers on labeling and selecting and the likes. So I will try to have a manual for this, but basically you can get a detailed guide in a QGIS user guide. So if you go to this site, let me share this link to you, okay? So if you open this link, it's a QGIS user guide. So you can see all of them, let's say working with vector data. That's what we have done today, basically. So you can see how you can work with vector data, let's say, for example, symbology properties. So in the symbology properties, you can get detail about it. Okay. This is about symbology properties. Okay, symbology properties. But it has detailed descriptions with working with vector data. And labels, the one we have seen, label properties, you see. This is what we have seen, labeling, how to label it, and how to change text formatting, buffer mask, if you want to know more about that. So even coding. This is a bit detailed, but the basic ones that we have seen is this part, the first lines, the few lines. So that is about labeling, okay? Labeling. Okay, labeling. Yeah. So this user guide in the QGIS documentation is very useful, and you can use it as a reference document, okay, a reference document. So that is using this link, the link I shared you, okay? And you can also get QGIS lessons from YouTube. Nowadays, there are many professional YouTubers who are delivering standard QGIS trainings. So anything that you want, even very specific questions you want, you can get it from YouTubers, professional YouTubers, GIS experts. So that's also another source to get some advanced level of trainings, okay? So from my side, it is a kind of startup and related to this project to visualize even some outputs and some data for these basins, sub-basins. But for day-to-day life, for you, for professional workers in your in another project, whatever, you can refer this YouTube videos. Those are very nice, but also this QGIS documentation. Tomorrow we'll continue with. I will try to add some more on this. So one is mapping, so map production, and the other is related to raster. So today we have seen related to vector, so to the pointers, to the lines and polygons, how to visualize them, how to change their symbology, and select some features from the vector data using the attributes and labeling. So we have seen this, and saving a QGIS project and opening the existing project. So we have seen this part, but tomorrow morning we will start with raster. So today is about vector. Yeah.
Yes, Binyam, if I can just make a comment before we close for today. First, thanks a lot for all you have shown. Let me also again stress the importance of the online user guide, which is definitely providing an excellent tool to get any kind of lesson or short exercises about specific topics. But in view of tomorrow, I know that because I know personally some of you were involved in other projects where we have been involved. So I know that some of you have already some advanced maybe knowledge of QGIS. Some maybe have started just today. But in view of tomorrow, yeah, maybe if we can keep some like a few minutes, like half an hour, 20 minutes at the end for some specific questions that you might have. So if any of you has some issue with QGIS that coming from his personal experience that would like to share or would like to ask Biniam support to understand how to solve a specific need, so please feel free to send us maybe today or early tomorrow morning a question, and we'll try to answer if possible in the very last part of the class that we'll have tomorrow. Okay. And yeah, I would stop here. Maybe Biniam, don't know if you have anything else to add. Otherwise, we can give the floor to Muna to close.
No, I don't have any point, but I think there is one hand raised by Zarihun.
Yeah, Zarihun, yes, please.
Yeah, this is just to make a few remarks or just one remark about completing the participants list. I shared the link again. Please, for those of you who have not filled it yet, please go ahead and complete the form. And that is all what I want to say.
Okay, thank you, Zarihun. Okay, so please, to all participants, fill the form. And maybe Muna, you want to say some few words to close the day before we adjourn to tomorrow?
Yes, I'd like to thank Benjamin for this effort and all the participants for keeping momentum for this journey. I really enjoyed, and it was very interesting topic with very interesting tool. Until tomorrow, we can proceed on the other module of QGIS. Thank you so much, and please don't forget to fill the attendance form before leaving. Thank you, and see you all tomorrow. Bye.
Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye-bye all.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.